I should go to Garry Kasparov. He is waiting for 14 years. He was the world's top chess master, my old job. Now he's a Russian political activist whose new book is called How Life Imitates Chess, Making the Right Moves from the Board to the Boardroom. Garry Kasparov. Garry, how are you?
Hi, Bill. I'm fine.
Well, we could have used the KGB here a few minutes ago.
Yeah.
But my hat is off to you, sir.
I think Putin is delighted if he's listening to your program, because that's another proof why live television should be banned. As it is in Russia now.
Okay, touche. Checkmate. But look, in our country, we complain a lot about the political process and our presidential elections, but you are running in a presidential election. I think you are already the opposition candidate, where your life may literally be on the line. Is that an exaggeration? Do you fear for your life? Do you take precautions?
I hope it's an exaggeration, but judging from our experience in Russia, anything can happen to me and to thousands of other activists in our country that are fighting the regime, because this regime has no allergy for blood. But you know, they say in our country to run for president takes some courage. When I look at the field of the candidates in this country, it seems that it takes even more courage not to run in the United States.
But I understand that your family is sequestered in New Jersey.
My daughter was born last year in New York, because we didn't want to take any chance in Russia, but we're not residing here, so we're moving back and forth. I spend most of the time in Russia. My wife, my daughter, my mother-in-law now here in America, but we'll move in a week back to Russia.
Do you think your fame protects you? Do you think you're such an icon in Russia because of your past chess history that Putin would not kill you?
No, I don't think my name offers me an ultimate protection, but unlike many of other activists in Russia, I can rely on my name and on my fame. But still, I take some measures to minimize the risk. I have bodyguards in Russia. I do not fly Aeroflot. I do not consume any food or liquid in the places that I'm not fully aware of. But again, it's just minimizing the risk. I know that it may not offer me any ultimate protection if the worst comes to the worst.
But when you look at what's going on in Russia, Putin has a very high approval rating. I mean, there is something in the...
How do you know? I mean, are you seriously, are you relying on the polling results in the police state? I think that with the same tight control of media and the pervasive security force, I believe Bush and Cheney could enjoy the same approval rating here.
Checkmate to me.
I'm not giving them any idea.
But come on, there is something in the Russian soul that loves a strong man.
Wait. This is total nonsense. You know, it's refuted by history. If you look, for instance, at two Koreas, you have North Korea is just one big concentration camp, and South Korea, it's a flourishing market economy and democracy, and it's the same people. You can look at Taiwan and China, and I could give many other examples. For instance, East Germany and West Germany 25 years ago. I don't think there's anything in the national soul that makes some people are not ready for democracy, and some are fitting for this quality. And when I look at this administration that is trying to build democracy in Iraq at the expense of democracy in Russia, I got confused.
And when I saw this week Putin, the picture of Putin with Ahmadinejad of Iran,
wow.
I thought, you know, here once again, President Bush has succeeded in uniting our enemies and dividing our friends. You got to admit, at least your guy isn't stupid.
Yeah, I don't think it makes me feel comfortable just to accepting the fact that he outplayed your guy. But it went wrong for Bush from the very beginning, because at their first summit, Bush tried to play a psychiatrist and looked at Putin's eyes, searching for his soul.
Right.
Instead of looking at his record. Yeah. And Now Putin basically spitting in his face by making this open friendship with Ahmadinejad. But it was obvious from the very beginning, because Putin has only one item in his geopolitical agenda. He needs high oil prices. And tension in the Middle East helps him to keep the oil prices all-time high. So that's why he sells nuclear technology to Iran. He sells missiles to Hezbollah and Hamas via Syria, because it helps Putin to stay in power. If the oil price goes down, Putin regime goes down. And I'm surprised that White House didn't recognize it on time.
Jesus.
I'm not. Now, I mean, one last question. I found out this week, I didn't realize this, that the torture, and of course they say it's not torture that we do, but it is, of course, torture, that our people are doing is based on Soviet models. And I know you grew up under the former regime that probably looked to America as a beacon of hope and freedom. When you see America wiretapping and torturing and basically doing the things the Soviets used to do, what goes through your mind?
Look, I don't think it's about sad events that you just described, because I think that America had sad stories in the past as well. But in the 70s and 80s, America looked as a hope for oppressed people in the communist world, while now America that is applying double standards to different countries in the world lost its credibility. And that's bad news for all of us, because it was a stronghold for democracy, and now it's just a country which, according to many, is using democracy as a geopolitical tool to promote its own interest, which is working against us in Russia and elsewhere.
All right, chess master, I give. You win. Thank you. Garry Kasparov. Very interesting. He's something, huh? He is great. Why can't he run in the island?
He ought to be, you ever get the feeling that they're playing chess and we're playing checkers?
Yeah.
They are so far, he's so far beyond. That was sophisticated, and this audience was listening to every word. Our guys never get to that level of sophistication.
Right.
They talk down to us.
Right.
You got to follow a guy like him, because you want to.
And he has to fight just to run, not just to win.
And he's thinking in Russian. He's thinking in Russian and talking to us in another language. Imagine one of our guys talking in a foreign language at that level of sophistication.
No, not on your show. So.